Hey, good afternoon, everybody, or late morning, I should say. It's Big Rig Bill, aka Dollar Bill here. Listen, I know I haven't been putting too many things on YouTube, but I've been pretty busy lately. Don't know if everybody knows, but I quit my company job. A couple weeks later, I hired on as an owner-operator, renting a 2019 Cascadia. It only had 50 miles on it. I was the first driver. Anyway, my first week, actually it was first 4.5 days, went pretty well. I grossed $5,400. I didn't net that much, honestly, because I'm getting raped over here. I pay about, well, technically they say it's $2,400 a week for the truck. A week, that is, not a month. And then they add on all these other fees, including, and all the other fees get you to about $3,000 a week. And then on top of that, they add on $1,000 a week for your first 5 weeks towards a deposit, a $5,000 deposit. Anyway, made it through that first week. I still netted somewhere around $1,500 for the week. You know, because they nickel and dime you for all kinds of crap. It was a 90-day contract I signed. If I get out of the contract, and that doesn't mean quit renting the truck, that means just quit driving for them. I can buy a truck and continue on with them for the 90 days and not get penalized. But if I quit altogether, say I buy a truck and I take it somewhere else or get my own authority, which is what I'm going to do, you have to pay a fine. And I think a fine comes out to about $1,000, so who cares? You know, I mean, that's typically like a day's worth of loads. So that's my plan. Anyway, I've been hot and heavy trying to find me a truck, especially when I figure out how much this truck's really going to cost me, you know, compared to what they told me. And as y'all know, I tried to buy a T660. It was a 2016 about a month ago. It fell through at the last second. It was a much more expensive truck than I was looking for. You know, it was like something like $75,000 or $78,000, I think. Anyway, it fell through because I was using one of my properties, a $70,000 property that I have, an income-producing property. I don't owe any money on it, so I was using that property as kind of part of a secured loan for some lending institution in California. Well, it turned out after a week and a half, almost 2 weeks of trying to get it finalized and being told it was, you know, a 99% done deal, it's going to be my truck. Well, it fell through at the last second. And it fell through because Kenworth didn't know that that company, for a secured loan, the minimum for anybody, it doesn't matter how much your truck is, the minimum is that property has to be worth $150,000 or they won't do it. So, and nobody knew that. So anyway, so since then, I've been renting this truck. It's called MGR is the company. You know, they claim, you know, $7,000 to $9,000 a week gross. From the beginning, I didn't believe that whatsoever. Hell, you'd be lucky to do that as a under your own authority. But I figure probably, you know, 5,000 to 6,000, maybe 7 if you get real lucky. My first, like I said, first 4.5 days was about $5,400 gross. Now this week here didn't turn out so good. I mean, I had a couple loads that it was just, excuse my language, but effed up. You know, I drove 2 hours on my clock, wasted about $150 of gas, and got there, and then I'm told they gave that load to somebody else, so I can't get the load. So that ticked me off. And I was told that one of our dispatchers at our company canceled that load for me. Wasn't my dispatcher, but another dispatcher canceled that load for me and gave it to one of our other drivers. But nobody ever contacted me and told me about it. So I was fighting, trying to get a truck not used fee paid to me for a couple $100, and the broker refuses to do it. So it really stinks. So that was one screw up for the week, this week. Then I had another screw up. You know, you could say this is kind of my fault, but I had to take a 30-minute break. I made a delivery. They already gave me a pickup for the next delivery. It was like maybe 15, 20 miles away. They gave me that pickup, but I had to do a 30-minute break, okay, before I could start driving, you know. So I did my 30-minute break, so I ended up being 10 minutes late for pickup. And I told my dispatcher, who supposedly called the broker, told the broker that,
be in any of the 3 left lanes.
Prior to me, departing to pick up that load, that I was going to be 10 or 15 minutes late. So anyway, I show up there on Friday. It was, of all days, which made it worse. And I walk in 10 minutes late, and the lady goes, "Oh, you're 10 minutes late. Have a good weekend. We're not loading you." So that really ticked me off. It was ridiculous because the load was going right by my house, within 20 miles of my house. It had to be delivered the next day at like 5 p.m., and if they didn't load me, they weren't going to get anybody else to do that load on time, So why not load me? I was 10 minutes late, but if you load me 10 minutes late, it's going to get to where it's going, But if you don't load me, there's nobody else that's going to pick it up in time and get it delivered, So that just didn't make no sense whatsoever. My dispatcher tried to get the broker to make some calls and get it done, and they just got a bunch of flack too. But anyway, so I lost out on that, and being that it was late Friday, I couldn't find a load. Okay, so I didn't get a load until Saturday afternoon. Well, Saturday afternoon they give me a load, and it doesn't deliver till today, Monday morning, which I just delivered, in Atlanta. So, and then what was on top of that, which made it worse, all that fiasco, is when I'm sitting there Saturday and get that load, I realized, well, shit, I only got 4 hours left on my 70-hour clock. So, I did a 34-hour reset there Saturday, and, left. And I just made sure my dispatcher knew, and they could let the broker know ahead of time, that, listen, I had to do a 34-hour reset, so I was going to be about 15 minutes to 30 minutes late. So it all worked out. I got it there about 30 minutes late because of the time change, going from central to eastern time zone. But it just stunk because I feel like all those loads in a row, that screwed up week or weekend, I feel like it's my fault, and probably a lot of it is, I just feel horrible, because I hate to deliver late, And then on top of that, this company uses that program on your phone. You put it on your phone, it's called Keep Trucking, and I can't stand it. It's Bluetooth activated. I just hate the program. The whole year I was with CFI, we used PeopleNet. I never had a log problem, ever, okay? Never had violations, other than, a typical, you're within a minute or two getting to your load, or finding a parking spot before your time runs out, that type of stuff. But this is just a nightmare. I can't stand it. They've already called me in the 10 days, 12 days I've been here. They've already called me 3, 4 times, 5 times about problems on my logbook that I had to go back and correct. And anyway, so I delivered that load. It was like 44,000 pounds of magazines. I'm headed now 50 miles away. I'm in the Atlanta area, going to pick up from Anheuser-Busch a load of beer, and I'll be delivering that to about 30 minutes from my house tomorrow morning. So anyway, down near Loxley, Alabama. I live in Pensacola. Anyway, but I just wanted to update you guys, let you know what's going on. Like I said, this week is not going to be a very good week. I'll be surprised if I make what I was making as a CFI driver, company driver. It's just that a lot of things went wrong, and it just kind of snowballed. And then I had to do a 34-hour reset.
In 1.5 miles, keep
one
left
thing
to
after the other.
I-285 west.
But listen, the main reason I'm doing this, and I've wasted a lot of time already, is because I wanted to ask everybody, and please give me some feedback, okay? Is it me, or is this market taking a big crap? Because, I mean, I have a dispatch which I don't like, and that's going to end really, really soon. As soon as I find my own truck, I'm just going to get my own authority within 7 days after buying my truck. But is it me?
1 mile, keep left.
Is the market really went that bad that quick? Or is it just I got some screwed up dispatchers probably? Because every load they call me on is 43,000 pounds and is paying like $2 a mile. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just crazy. Is it me, or is it really that bad? So please give me some feedback. I hope everybody's had a good week last week. Hope everybody's safe. Be safe. Have fun. Make lots of money. And please give me some feedback. All right. So it's a dollar bill. I'm out of here from Atlanta, Georgia. Y'all be safe. Talk to you later. Bye bye.